Hello viewers, welcome to the channel Amazing Civil Engineering Studies. Here we will learn about different concepts related to civil engineering. Time to enter the world of civil engineering. In today's video we are going to discuss about estimation and costing, methods of estimation of building. Methods of estimation of building. The estimation of building quantities like earthwork, foundation concrete, brickwork in plinth and superstructure etc. can be worked out long wall short wall method and centerline method. Estimation of a building can be done by different methods as follow. Long wall short wall method, centerline method, crossing method. Long wall short wall method. In this method, the wall along the length of room is considered to be long wall while the wall perpendicular to long wall is said to be short wall. To get the length of long wall or short wall, calculate first the centerline lengths of individual walls. Then the length of long wall, out to out, may be calculated after adding half breadth at each end to its centerline length. Thus the length of short wall measured into an and may be found by deducting half breadth from its centerline length at each end. The length of long wall usually decreases from earthwork to brickwork in superstructure while the short wall increases. These lengths are multiplied by breadth and depth to get quantities. There are a number of cost estimation methods for calculating the quantities like earthwork, foundation, concrete brickwork in plinth and superstructure. For the calculating quantity of various construction item, long wall and short wall method is used. For measuring the long wall and short wall, the external out-to-out length of walls running in the longitudinal direction generally is considered as long wall while the into and internal length of walls running in the transverse direction is called as short wall or cross wall. For calculating quantity, multiply the length into the breadth and height of the wall. As shown in the figure, we indicate long wall and short wall, and center line is indicated with red line. For finding out the length of long wall, simply add center length of wall to the 2 times half breadth on one side of the wall, which gives the out-to-out length of long wall. Length of long wall equals center to center length of wall plus half breadth on one side plus half breadth on the other side, equals center to center length of wall plus 1 breadth. For finding out length of short wall or cross wall, subtract from the center length, so the 1 breadth of the wall, which gives the length of the short wall, into n, instead of adding. Length of short wall equals center to center length 1 breadth. Note, the length of the long wall usually decreases from earthwork to brickwork, and the length of the short wall is increased. Here we give example of long wall and short wall method. Using the above image, you can first find the length of long wall and short wall. Center to center length of long wall equals 5 plus 1/2 times 0.30 plus 1/2x 0.30 equals 5.30 m. Center to center length of short wall equals 4 plus 1/2x 0.30 plus 1/2 times 0.30 equals 4.30 m. After finding out the length of the long wall and short wall, now find the quantity of the various items which are used in construction. Details of measurement and calculation of quantities. You can calculate the quantity of various construction items using the above method for different building dimension. Long wall and short wall method is used for finding out the quantity and cost of materials. This method is simple and accurate, so there may be no chances of any mistake. But correctly choose long wall and short wall for finding out accurate quantity. Centerline method. In centerline method of estimation, measurements of the wall are taken up to center. Internal measurements are generally taken. The thickness of half wall from one side and thickness of half wall from another side in internal measurements are added in order to determine the length of center line of room walls. If all of the steps are symmetrical in cross-section of the wall, then the total length of the center line will be uniform for all items of the wall. If these steps are not symmetrical, then the length will be determined separately for each step. Despite, if the design of walls is same throughout in building, then it is quite easy to find the length of center line. Center line method is employed easily in circular and polygonal shaped buildings. Despite, this method is also suitable to use in small buildings with few rooms. Center to center line method is one of the methods for preparing an estimate. In this method, first, calculate the center line length of the wall, and then multiply it with the breadth and depth of the wall to find out quantity. Center to center line method is suitable for rectangular, circular, polygonal, hexagonal, octagonal buildings having no inter or cross walls. The cross wall is an interior dividing wall of a building. Center to center line method is quick, but it requires special attention and consideration at the junctions or meeting points of partition or cross walls, etc. For each junction, half breadth of the respective item should be deducted from the total center length for accurate quantity. One has to learn seriously, as the accuracy is very important while preparing bills rather than working out estimates. In the case of building having different types of walls, for example, outer, main, walls are of X and inner cross wall shall be Y, then all X type of walls shall be taken jointly first, and then all A type wall shall be taken together separately. In such cases, no deduction is required for stipe walls, but when a type walls are taken, for each junction deduct half breadth of a type wall shall have to be made from the total center length of walls. Note: at the corners of the building where two walls are meeting, no addition or subtraction is required. Here we give you three alternative methods for finding out center line. First method for finding out center to center line. Here we give you a figure for single room building. In this figure, center line is indicated with red dotted line. Total center to center length of walls equals 3.7 plus 9.7 plus 3.7 plus 9.7 equals 26.80 meter. Second method for finding out center to center line. For finding out center line length, here we find out the external perimeter. Perimeter is the continuous line forming the boundary of a closed geometrical figure of the wall as shown in the figure. Total external perimeter length equals 2x10 plus 2x4 equals 28 meter. For accurate measurement, adjust the length of each corner. Therefore we need to deduct twice time half of breadth at each of the four corners. Total external perimeter length is 28 m. So, total center line length equals external perimeter 4x 2x, half of original width/breadth. Figure 2, total center line length equals 28, 4x, 2x 15/100 equals 28. 1.2 equals 26.80 meter. Therefore center line length of this building is 26.80 meter. Third method for finding out center to center line. Here we find out the internal perimeter of the building. You can see in the image with an inner dimension dot the center line is indicated in red color. Total internal perimeter length equals 2x 9.4 plus 2x 3.4 equals 25.60 meter. For accurate measurement, adjust the length of each individual corner. Therefore we need to add twice time half of breadth at each of the four corners. Total internal perimeter length is 28 m. Total center line length equals internal perimeter plus 4x 2x, half of original width/breadth. Total center line length equals 25.60 plus 4x 2x, 15/100 equals 25.60 plus 1.2 equals 26.80 meter. Total center line length of wall is 26.80 m. So, these are the three alternative methods that we may select for finding out center line length. You can choose any one for calculating the center line of the building. After finding out center line length, we can find out quantity for various items, i.e., earthwork, concrete, brickwork in foundation and brickwork in the superstructure. Details of measurement and calculation of quantities, see below. In conclusion, using the above center-to-center line method, you can prepare an estimate. When using this method, everyone should know where addition or subtraction is required because it affects the quantity. So this is another simple method for finding out the quantity of various construction items. As per your judgment, you can choose any method for finding quantity and cost of various construction items. Crossing method. If the thickness of external walls is of the same thickness in overall building and the internal walls are also of the same thickness, but they both are of different thickness from each other, then this method is used for estimating. In such cases, the centerline method is used for external walls, and long wall short wall method is used for internal walls. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, share and do not forget to press bell icon.